I was thinking about this a lot while I was in my car with my windows rolled up.
All right.
I don't think, and you could all correct me if I'm wrong, I think we talk a lot about it. I think we say the words, but I don't really believe that we are appreciating what we're seeing when it comes to Judge. I just don't think it's sinking in. And I either broadcast or watch every single game, every single at bat. And I'm not sure that I am really soaking it into the level that it should be soaked in. So just take the 99 games, since his number's 99. In 99 games, he's hitting .379. His on-base percentage is .507. So that means in 99 games, he's on half the time. He has 44 home runs and 105 runs batted in. Now he's at 48 home runs. He hit his 50th last year in the 2022, the 129th game of the season. Tonight is the Yankees' 129th game. Can he hit 2 to go to 50? We shall see. But again, I'm not sure that we know what we're witnessing. So Paul Hembekides, who does the show with Greeny,
that's Hembo.
Hembo, they call him. He tried to put it in perspective. Here's Hembo.
Absolutely, Aaron Judge can break his own home run record. The only question is how much the league wants to pitch to him. If the league continues to pitch to him like this, he's going to hit 63, 64, 65 home runs because of how well he's swinging the bat right now. He's as locked in as anybody that I've ever seen, or at least in the last 20 years. We did the list yesterday. Best hitter since Barry Bonds. Right now, Aaron Judge is the best hitter that I have seen since Barry Bonds in 2004. He's that kind of good. The most impressive part about his home run display, though, is the fact that it's not just him anymore that's doing it. And I'm going to demonstrate that through the fact that he's not hitting solo home runs nearly as much as he was in 2022. That season in which he had 62 homers, 41 of them were solo shots. That's 66% of his homers. This season, only 23 of his 48 home runs are solo shots. That's a 48% clip. And that, of course, is in large part because Juan Soto is sitting directly in front of him. They are the perfect baseball union. And I, at least for the sake of Yankees fans, desperately hope that this is not the only season in which we get to see these two guys together.
I think that's the hope of all Yankee fans. I don't know about baseball fans. I think everybody wants a little Soto in their life. But Judge has an OPS, which is on-base percentage plus slugging, of 1.191. Soto's is 1.037. So those are the two highest OPSs in baseball. They would become only the second set of teammates to own the two highest OPSs in baseball entering September since 1900. The other ones, Ruth and Gehrig, in 27, 30, and 31. So, again, look at the names we're throwing at these people, Don and Peter. These are forever names. And I think that Judge, if he can have, 3 more seasons like this, take himself to the age of 35. Now, the Yankees hope it'll be more. You're talking about forever great. You're talking about a guy that's going to be talked about in 100 years. And without any stain or hint of any impropriety, he's above Bonds. I'm sorry. He's above Bonds. I mean, we've all accepted, whether or not Bonds has admitted it, that Bonds' greatness after Pittsburgh, those are ill-gotten gains. Well, this isn't. This is Aaron Judge. And I don't think we're appreciating it enough. And remember the people that thought that the Yankees overpaid for him? Let me tell you something. He might be underpaid. He might be underpaid at $40 million a year. Because in a sport where the league batting average is .244, he's hitting .334, and oh, by the way, 48 home runs and 118 runs batted in. We talked yesterday, are Yankee fans appreciating it? Forget about that. We should even dismiss that, whether or not you enjoy it. We can't tell people what to enjoy.
Right.
But are you actually looking at this and giving it the proper perspective? And, wow, I don't know if I'll ever see this again the rest of my life if I live till 100.
But in baseball, the appreciation has to emanate from the city in which it's taking place. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of people around the nation, even though the Yankees do have a national following, to pay that much attention. It's got to really come from the screams and the rooftops of people here in New York. And because it's so much about the winning, that I don't think it is appreciated. I think fans appreciate it, but I do think it's toned down a bit because it's all about, did they win that day? Did they win that series? Are they in first place? Do they have a chance to win a championship? I can only go by what I hear on our show. We talk a lot of Yankee baseball, take a lot of Yankee phone calls. This is the town hall for people to be able to express their feelings about their team. And I don't get a sense that it's appreciated. I think it's appreciated in the building, and if you talk to Yankee fans, but the ones that call, Michael, seem to be more caught up in Boone status, Cashman status. Is this team going to win a championship? The guys around Soto and Judge. I don't get a sense that they are appreciated as much as they should be.
Well, I think you're using the word appreciate, though, like as in enjoying it. And I think we can't fight that battle. People enjoy what they enjoy and revel in what they want to revel in. But I'm just wondering, as they're watching this, are they considering that it's legitimately historic? It's just not done. Joel Sherman had a column today. He goes, it's not this easy. He's making it look easy. So do people actually look back and go, wow, when they're watching Yes tonight, are they sitting back and going, this isn't normal? Again, I know Yankee fans are programmed. Either they win the World Series or nothing else happened. Okay, well, you can't get to the World Series until you play the regular season. He's giving you a regular season, and he's giving you 99 games that have literally never had this level of production in the history of the sport. Ruth, Gehrig, Greenberg, Williams, Ty Cobb, Barry, but never a 99-game stretch that has never, ever happened in the history of this unbelievable game. That's what I want people to realize. That what they're listen. If you don't want to dance and revel in it, great. But at least know what you're watching.
Yeah, and I feel like it's unfair. And Peter, you can support me. 2 years ago, it was Peter and I were on every day during Judge's run, and it felt like every day the phone calls, especially in the second half of the season, were about the Yankees collapsing. They weren't playing well. Why is Joey Gallo still on the team? 100%. It felt more negative than it wasn't. You would think there'd be like every day just the countdown. Here are the numbers, and you did it during the Yes broadcast, and the newspapers did it, and it got covered in that way. And again, I feel unfair because I don't know if this stat still exists, but when I first started talk radio, it was 1% of your audience calls. So whatever that number is, even if it's 5, 10%, it's still the minority of fans that call the shows. But you would think it's somewhat representative of what the fans are feeling. And I did not get that sense in 2022. The daily, Judge tracker and the appreciation of what he was accomplishing. It was all just about the Yankees and where they were and how they were playing. And I kind of feels that way this year. I mean, what was the conversation 2 days ago, Michael, when they lost that game to the Guardians? Didn't really have any.
Boone's move in the 12th inning, and LeMahieu and.
And they lost the game, and their record in extra innings, and they don't have a closer. Instead of just, hey, can you take a day to just talk about, yeah, I get that, but God, have you seen Judge lately? It just doesn't happen. And I refuse to believe that it's the majority of the fans, but I can only talk to the people that we get a chance to call, and I don't sense that.
You know what? This I don't mean this in a nasty way. It's your loss. If you're watching this and you're not really realizing the greatness that you're watching, it's your loss. I can't make you feel that way.
Now, if
you're a baseball fan, you have to realize what you're watching.
Yeah.
The guy's doing stuff Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio didn't do.
See, that's the beauty of baseball, is that you can do both. Like in football, there's only 17 games, so of course every game is going to be a big deal. So I can understand maybe not appreciating the individual accomplishment because the game is so damn important. There's only 17 of them. But with 162, you should be also allowed to enjoy the ride. And, oh, by the way, they're still in first place. They're still...
They have the second best record in baseball behind the Dodgers. It's one game.
I mean, I'd almost understand it, guys, if this team was underachieving and out of the playoffs, where you'd say, yeah, it's nice what Judge is doing, but this team's built to win a championship, and they're not going to win. Now, you may think they're not going to win, but at least what they've done over the first, these last, 125 games is a first-place team with the second best record in baseball. Baseball. So you may not believe they're a championship team, but everything is pointing to them being in that conversation. So I think there's room to do both. Now, I just did a quick little thing here of the 4 major sports, the highest rankings for teammates in each sport. Now, I used ESPN for the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NFL. I used NHL.com for hockey because all they did were the playoff ones, but I think NHL.com.
So these are the top producing duos?
Yeah, I just ranked the top players in every league, right?
Okay.
So if you had like the top 100 players in each league, the highest ranked teammates. So for example, Judge and Soto. Judge is the second best player in baseball. Soto's 3.
Who's first? Ohtani? Who doesn't play the field?
According to ESPN. I'm just telling you. You could debate it.
I'd love to.
All right. In the NFL, it's Jones and Mahomes. Mahomes is 4. Chris Jones is 6.
Okay.
In the NBA, it's Anthony Davis 6, LeBron James 7. And in the NHL, it's Connor McDavid 1, Leon Draisaitl 3. So they're the closest. So it's pretty rare. I mean, they've got 2 of the best players in the top 5. NBA doesn't have that, and NFL doesn't have that. Hockey has it with Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. I mean, so it's rarefied air, Michael, to have 2 players that are in the top 3 according to the ESPN rankings. I mean, that's amazing. Now, the rest of the team leaves a little bit to be desired. I get it. But when you turn on a game, you've got guaranteed to have 2 of the 3 best players in baseball batting in the first inning of a game. That's pretty good.
Now, Peter, as he's giving those numbers, right, one thing struck me. I wonder if it struck you as well.
Yeah.
We always talk about how in the NBA, one player could change a whole team.
Yes.
The Lakers have 2 of the top 7 players in basketball, and they can't get out of their own way. They barely make the playoffs. They have 2 of the greatest players in the NBA, and they can't get out of the first round. They can't get out of the wild card round. How does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, think about it. The Lakers have not had a season since the bubble, which we all know is a very, we count it, but it's certainly an unusual year. The Lakers with AD and LeBron, they haven't had a year that even measures against what the Yankees are doing this year.
Yeah.
And we could get into an argument, Michael, and break down the players after those top 2, who has a worse, 3 through 12 or whatever. We could get into that argument, but the fact that the Yankees are able to do this, that's how good Judge and Soto are this year, basically by themselves, is astounding.
And think about it. Baseball's not a sport where one man could lead you. I guess we should rewrite it. 2 men could lead you because the Yankee offense has sputtered other than those 2. Basketball, we've always said, one great guy could change a team. Well, LeBron and AD, I guess you could say, well, the rest of the cast is so bad that they would be in last place if not for LeBron and AD. Probably would. But why are they not better with 2 of the top 7 players in the game? But that's what I was thinking as Don was reading that.